Hey guys, I'm Dave Thomas and thanks for joining us here on BowHunterPlanet. Today we're taking a wonderful look at carbon technology with PSE on the Mach 34. But before we get started today, I just want to say a special thanks to Tinks, Dead Downwind, Trophy Ridge, Easton for their support of this show. Now, let's get to it. Alright guys, excited to test out the speeds on the Mach 34 from PSE. We are running the EC2 cam, 29 inches of draw, 70 pounds. I just checked it's right at 70, so very excited to shoot this again. Fully carbon bow, so let's give it a shot and see what kind of speeds we're getting. Alright, first arrow, 350 grains. 322 feet per second. 450 grains. 277. 550 grains. 251 feet per second. 650 grains. 232 feet per second. DFC, dead frequency carbon technology, is what is inside this carbon bow from PSE. The Mach 34, made in the USA, right there at PSE. Is definitely a great shooting bow, guys. This was a lot of fun to shoot. There's a lot of great tech on this bow. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Before we do, I want to talk about the cam systems and what they did with shims to make this easier. However, I'm not a pro at this stuff, guys. I've said that time and time again, so I'm going to let my friend Brian from Mike's Archery tell you what this means on this shim system and how it affects you and how it works.
Today we're taking a look at the 2023 Mach 34 by PSE. Now, one of the other things that we noticed on this bow that they changed for this year, and we're pretty excited about this from a shop standpoint, is the EZ220 with the snap shims. Now, if you've ever had to tune your bow and take it to a shop, have them break it down, pull the axles, swap the shims around to get your paper tear and to get it to tune just perfectly, then you know how much work that is to be done. This new snap shim system that they have come up with, and the EZ220 means it is adding up to the .22 spacers that are in there. You're able to take a shim kit, slide those out very simply with the tool that comes with it. That's not something that's coming with the bow. You're going to need to stop at the shop, but it's going to come in a full shim kit. And then as long as those spacers add up to 220 from one side to the other, then you can swap those spacers back and forth to get this bow to tune perfectly without having to work on it and pull the axles out of it. All you need to do is put it in a press, take the pressure off of it just a little bit, and then those shims come in and out off that axle very simply with that tool. I think you'll be able to see that in the video there. We're pretty excited from a shop standpoint that we won't have to tear this bow down to get you shooting perfect bullet holes and getting perfect arrow flight out of this bow. Along with that comes the new threaded axles, and they are sleeved, so no more E-clips on the end. It's a threaded axle that goes through there, and you can see as we can slide that cam back and forth once we pull those shims out. Once you pull those Torx heads off the end of the axle, then you're able to remove that if you need to. And unlike some other manufacturers, if you torque that back down all the way, because this axle is sleeved, it's not going to crush the axle or the limb. You're going to be able to torque that bolt down tight, and you won't have to worry about damaging the axle in any way by doing that. Also, when you torque that completely down, you won't have to worry about putting any lateral torque on the bearings. It's going to relieve that pressure as well, keeps everything spaced properly, and you're not going to have to worry about tearing up these cams by changing out those axles.
All right, thanks Brian from Mike's Archery for doing that. I highly appreciate it, and I hope you guys got something from that, from a pro, a person who does it every day and understands that technology. Again, there's a lot to offer in the PSE cam, a lot of speed, and then having the different cams allows you to have a whole bunch of different abilities of people that can use this bow. Now, with that being said, you know, we talk about the holes that PSE has for their sight. There's just such a variety, and this is important because it allows you to bring your sight down or go up multiple times without having to adjust it on your sight. So it gives you more flexibility and getting a lot more distance if you so wish. They added a grip system this year with the hole here, so you can add an external grip. Some people like grips like the Tech grip or the Ultra View grip, so they're gonna, having this allows them to start making one and having a place to attach that grip. So just in case someone likes that or wants that. With their string stop here, they have a straight bar string stop. They also added a hole in the back, so if you want a sidebar or something coming off, you can do that. It's gonna give you that ability as well. According to Brian in his last video, I guess PSE had some changes in this dampener system. It's a little bit tougher than the past ones. So I have not had a chance to play with all the old ones, so I'm glad Brian brought it up to me. But there is apparently some differences here. All right, so they added the integrate rest idea, but they did something cool here. They actually added the integrate concept on the back, but also the hole for the core system. So if you wanted to use the Hamsky one instead, you would have that ability. So they're basically giving you two options to integrate with your rest. They are using a fixed roller guard system here, as you can see, so it's nice and tight. There's no movement, so they're definitely trying to hold you tight in your shots. I kind of like that. I like the idea, just keep it very simple with a carbon rod and tight, so you can just know that all the tolerances you are hitting in your shots are going to be the same every time. So they also feature this PBT, and it allows you to adjust the cable length, and it takes torque off the cams basically. So I just like that they have this ability to have something small that might just fix any tuning issues you have. That's pretty cool before you get to the shim concepts.
All right, so looking at the specs of the bow, we talk numbers. PSE has 3 different cam options for this bow. So it gives you a lot of flexibility and the different setups it could be and the people it could fit. General looks of this bow, I love it. I feel like it looks futuristic but simple. So I think those two things together, when you talk futuristic, simple, is what this bow is to me. Even though it's not simple when it comes to the technology that's inside of it. But I feel like it just has a simple look to it. It's a very straight piece, it seems. But again, the way it looks, the way it performs is really nice. And I think that says a lot for what you're paying for with this kind of money for this type of bow. But again, I love the simplistic view of this bow, this riser. The technology, I think it just has a stunning look to it. To be honest, it has a great feel to it too. As I'm holding it and showing it to you, it's super lightweight and it feels so nice when you're holding this in your hand.
But all in all, guys, this bow was really cool. I really enjoyed shooting this. I want to thank PSE for sending us the Mach 34 to test out. This is a great shooting bow. I think a lot of people are going to find this bow to be a little bit high in the price range, of course, because it's carbon. But other than that, I think if you shoot it, you're probably going to love it. It's one of those bows that it has a very cool, futuristic looking design, in my opinion. But again, it's very stable platform and it shoots very well. One of the things I have loved about PSE over these past few years are their cam systems. I think they've done a great job producing a lot of power, giving you a lot of speed, and hitting hard. And I think that's one of the things that people love about PSE. And if you ever go on any of these archery boards or anything like that, what people are talking about, PSE has some strong fans that love the brand and will always stick with this brand. So that's part of the reason they do it, is because of how stable these platforms really are. So this bow is going to retail for $17.99, so it's definitely going to be at the higher price point. But again, you're getting carbon that's filled with the material that's going to take out any sound and extra vibration built right into this made in America, awesome rig. So check out PSE online today, guys. I'll link it below. Special thanks to Mike's Archery for helping out in this video, and we'll see you next time right here on BowHunterPlanet.